and welcome to the Blackout's Winter Quarter Update. I'm Olivia Hernandez.
And I'm Luke Holey.
And here are this quarter's top stories. While Welsh Ryan Arena is still under renovation, the Northwestern men's basketball team has been playing its home games at the All-State Arena 30 minutes away in Rosemont, Illinois. And if you thought having students in the stands to help with morale was overrated, boy is this team intent on proving you wrong.
Coming off of last year's historic season, this year's Wildcats rank only 7th in the Big Ten. Hoping to get any sort of crowd, Northwestern has resorted to offering free Chick-fil-A to anyone willing to make the trek to Rosemont. And when no one shows up, guess who has to eat all those extra nuggets?
Northwestern Health Services has reported an uptick in the flu on campus this year. In the face of this outbreak, Straub recommends that students do whatever they can to stay healthy, which is honestly much better advice than when Straub told me to sleep off my appendicitis.
Weinberg College of Arts and Science researchers have found evidence of molecules of matter in black hole winds, which they say is akin to finding ice in a furnace. Or, to put it in more familiar terms, finding a soft-spoken person in the theater department.
A senior at Glenbrook North High School has been challenging himself by enrolling in Northwestern math classes, such as multivariable calculus. Inspired by this collaboration in the Evanston community, School of Comm has once again reviewed its degree requirements and will now allow students to fulfill their math distros by enrolling in 9th grade geometry at Glen Northbrook High School.
Evanston's closed-knit yarn store was targeted last month in an attempted robbery when the perpetrator showed the cashier a possible weapon before fleeing the scene. The police easily caught up with them, however, as it is very difficult for a 70-year-old woman to get too far with arthritis in her knees while carrying 5 cats. This was Nana Ethel's 3rd strike in a string of yarn-related crimes. Looks like she couldn't pull the wool over the cashier's eyes.
Please stop.
She wasn't able to needle herself out of that one.
No more.
She found herself in quite a stitch, I would say.
God, Luke, I swear to God.
It was a case of yarned robbery.
Come on, you know that one wasn't good.
Yeah, I know.
Norris was evacuated after a small fire started from preparations for Mega Shabbat, an annual event where hundreds of students come together to celebrate the weekly Jewish ritual of Shabbat. In other words, as everyone expected, Mega Shabbat proved to be way too lit.
In celebration of National Puzzle Day, Northwestern has released a limited edition puzzle featuring the Arch. Hooray! Said that one kid who always does puzzles in the library.
Plex hosted a Stranger Things themed dining event. Although no one really understands how the hit Netflix series relates to the NU dorm. Some shows that would have been much more suited for the event included Alone Together, A Series of Unfortunate Events, and Prison Break. Winter quarter marks the return of many Northwestern upperclassmen who spent their fall quarter studying abroad. Here to talk about her experience is girl who got back from studying abroad.
Buongiorno!
Amanda, so good to see you. I love your pants.
Thank you. They're made in Thailand. I got them at this little boutique called Urban Outfitters, and I actually got the opportunity to meet the woman who made them. She was this little Thai lady, and it was so exciting. She said they'd bring me warmth.
They look a little thin to bring warm.
I forgot how literally Americans take everything. She meant warmth in like a spiritual and emotional sense. She also told me, Sewani.
Well, what does that mean?
There isn't really a translation.
Huh. Well, that's amazing that you learned so much Thai. Were you studying in Bangkok?
Nope.
So, where were you?
Where wasn't I? I remember when I was in Dublin.
Dublin?
You know, the city in Ireland in Europe. I forgot Americans don't know the world map.
No, I know where Dublin is. I was just confused because you said you were in Thailand.
Anyway, so I'm in Ibiza, and I took a little siesta at my hostel, and when I wake up, I meet 2 Swedish guys, one of whom was a Glossier model, one of whom was Kygo. And we went out that night, and it was like 4 a.m. The bartender keeps pouring us free sangria, and I realized I had a flight in 2 hours. I had to go straight to the airport, sangria in hand.
Wow, so how'd you get your bags?
I internalized the insignificance of material goods. When I was in Paris, I was at this tiny museum called the Louvre. I found this painting in the back of this woman with a soft smile, and it was as if she called out to me saying, bonjour, bonjour.
What?
Oh, I forgot bilingual American is an oxymoron. It means, well, There's no real translation.
That's weird, because I'm in French 201 and I'm pretty sure bonjour means good day.
That reminds me of this one time. I was in Melbourne at this tiny little speakeasy called Outback Steakhouse, and imagine Nevins, but with good steak and no underage college kids. It was ideal. Anyway, so the maitre d' comes up to me and he says, "Good day."
I'm sorry, but this is the 4th continent that you've mentioned. So could you please specify where exactly you studied?
Isn't place just a construct?
Okay, but where were you living and going to school?
You know, it's funny. I've learned so much more just by being out in the world than I have in a classroom.
Okay, yes, but what does your passport say? I mean, where did you get your visas?
You don't need a visa when you are a citizen of the world.
Jesus Christ.
You know, that reminds me of this one time I was in Roma. I actually got a tattoo on my rib with the coordinates because it was so meaningful. Anyway.
Girl who got back from studying abroad, everyone.
A recent poll finds that 25% of Illinois residents describe their state as the worst possible state to live in. A similar poll found that 25% of Illinois residents live next to ZBT Darties.
Prince Harry is prepping for his May wedding to Meghan Markle, a Northwestern alum. She was reportedly his 3rd choice behind Dartmouth and Penn.
Northwestern joined a pledge to recruit more low-income students by 2025. While CESP continues their pledge to produce more low-income graduates.
10 former students and Medill Justice Project employees have publicly accused journalism professor Alec Klein of persistent harassment, sexual misconduct, and bullying over the past decade. The university intends to take disciplinary action immediately, just like they did with SAE, by only letting Klein harass and intimidate women off campus until he successfully completes his suspension.
Willard Hall reopened this month after a year-long renovation, featuring brand new amenities, including a giant chess set. This set was installed to replace the giant Hungry Hungry Hippo set. After that went fatally wrong.
Northwestern has hired famous opera singer Renee Fleming to deliver the commencement speech this June. The soprano, who has done solo concerts at the Metropolitan Opera and the prestigious La Scala in Milan, will now be singing Bang Bang with Thunk a cappella group in the Norris Student Center.
The Northwestern fencing team just broke their single-season win record of 10-30. They must have gotten a record number of points. Stabs? Does anyone know anything about this sport?
As I said, winter is upon us here at Northwestern. The snow has started to fall, the wind is bitter, and all the birds have flown south for the winter. Well, all except for one bird, the Canada goose.
Speaking of Canada goose, Greek life is in full swing this quarter. Here to talk about their recent pledge marriage are 2 freshmen, Greg Wilson and Amy Michaels.
It's actually Amy Wilson. No, you. Yeah, Amy Wilson. I decided to take his last name. We thought about hyphenating our last names, but it wouldn't fit on a wild card, so.
Wow, so you guys are getting really into this, right?
Well, a marriage is 1 part me, 1 part him, and all parts love.
So give me the details. Who proposed to whom?
No,
I think you should.
Okay. Well, first I called her father to ask for his blessing.
So you met her father?
Yeah, he's in my frat. We're partners in BP all the time, and he for sure wasn't going to say no after he found out we were already living together.
So you guys are living together?
Well, what did you expect? We're married.
Wait, do you guys think this is like an actual marriage?
Luke, we knew exactly what we were signing up for. I mean, marriage is a big commitment. It's something to be celebrated.
Which is exactly what we plan to do here today. Celebrate a big announcement we plan to make.
Okay, so you guys have an announcement.
We're expecting!
In October!
Oh, wow. So you guys are talking like pledge pregnant, though, right?
Yep, our little miracle is coming into this world 4 months before Big Little Reveal. I know, it's a little early, but we just couldn't help ourselves.
Wait, do you mean that you are actually pregnant? Because this whole thing is supposed to be platonic, right?
Well, she's not showing yet, but our little bun's in the oven. Besides, haven't you always wanted to be married to your best friend?
Yeah, but you're 18.
So we're doing October, but I guess we don't have reveal until like February. So I think the house mom just takes care of her for a few months. I don't really know exactly how it.
Her? It's a her?
Oh, I really wanted it to be a surprise, but yes, babe, we're having a baby girl.
Oh my God, sweetie, that's so exciting. I hope she prefs you.
Well, I have to meet all the babies first.
Have you guys told your actual parents?
Our real parents or our biological parents?
Our biological parents are very mad.
All right, that is all the time we have for Greg and Amy. Thank you, everybody.
And for the Blackout's Winter Quarter Update, I'm Olivia Hernandez.
And I'm Luke Holey. Join us for the Blackout's Winter Quarter live show on March 17th, and we will see you here next quarter.